Alright, welcome to a video on addition and subtraction of numbers. So we're going to work with just some basic addition subtraction. So when we do this, we will complete the operation. So we'll add the numbers, as well as we're going to give a visual representation of this. So I'm going to do number line, picture, thing like that. So a couple things to remember too is subtracting a negative changes it to a positive. So if you have like 5 minus negative 2, that can be rewritten as 5 plus 2. And adding a negative is same as subtracting a positive. So if it had said 5 plus negative 2, that could be the same as 5 minus 2. You can write that as 5 minus 2. So let's get to it. So we're going to add here. So we're going to add 7 plus 2. Now, I really hope you don't need a calculator for this, and you add 7 plus 2, you get 9. So let's look at the number line. So we're going to do this on a number line. So when you do the number line, it really depends on how far away they are. I drew this kind of big just because I wanted to. But let's just start at 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I don't suggest you do a number line if they're really far apart. If it's like over 10 away, I wouldn't do a number line because your number line is going to take up a lot of space unless you skip by 2's or something. That's fine. So we're going to start here at 7. So we're here at 7. Then we're going to add 2. So 1, 2. So plus 2. That gives us 9. So that's a way to do it with a number line. Another way we could do it is, let's just say we had 7 dots. And we're going to add 2 dots. So we're going to add 2 dots to this. That's going to give us 9 dots total, so our new picture is going to look like this. Because the thing we need to remember is that numbers aren't just things that float around. Numbers represent something. It means you have 7 of something. We have 7 dots. We're going to add 2 more dots. Or let's say we're using boxes. So we have boxes. So we got 7 boxes here that are filled in. We're going to add 2 more boxes. So when we add those 2 more boxes, it would look like that. We have 9 filled in boxes. So now we're going to add some decimals. So when you're adding decimals, I know some of you are probably going to use a calculator, but let's just do this the old-fashioned way. We're going to line them up. So let's line up our decimal points here. So we're going to add 4.5 plus 2.2, and then we're going to add vertically. So we get 2 plus 5 is 7. Let's drop down the decimal point. 2 plus 4 is 6, so our answer is 6.7. Now you can do this on a number line, that's totally fine. And how you do it on a number line is kind of up to you. So since this is kind of small, let's go ahead and start at 4. I'll put 5 here, 6 here, and then 7 here. And then in the middle, let's cut it in half. So here we're at 4.5, and then we're going to need to add 2.2. So if we add 2.2, here's 1, here's 2, so plus 1, plus 2, and then we're going to go a little bit right there, and that's our plus 0.2. And there's our new spot. It's kind of hard to do this with dots, so we're not going to do it with the dots, because I don't know what 4.5 of a dot would kind of be, but you could draw other pictures if you wanted to. So let's say we had 4.5 circles. So 1 circle, 2 circle, 3 circles, 4 circles, and I'll color them in, color it in, color it in. Here's our 0.5 circle, and we're going to add 2.2 of a circle. So 1, 2, and then let's say that's roughly 0.2 of a circle. You can guess a little bit when they draw the pictures, just make sure it looks like it'd be right. You know, I don't want you coloring half a circle and telling me that, oh, that means 0.2. No, that looks a lot like 0.5. So we add these together and we get 6.7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 0.7. That's going to look bigger than half. So there's our 6.7 circles. You could do that with boxes as well. Okay, so subtraction. So we've got 1, 2, 3 subtractions to do. This one I want you to try on your own. So I want you to go ahead, try this on your own, and then represent it with some sort of shape, visual representation. Go ahead, pause the video, do that now, and I'm going to do my own version of it. Okay, so here's my solution to that with a couple of the visual examples. Yours could look different than mine. That's fine. If you want to add these to your notes, go for it. But just wanted you to try this one on your own. We're going to do this one together, and then you'll do the last one on your own as well. So I want to do this one together because you can see that we have 2 subtract -6. And I just wanted to recall to you that 2 negatives make a positive. So we never want to have a double negative here. So we're going to change that to 2 plus 6. So we get 2 plus 6, which is 8. And then we can go ahead and do our visual representation. I'll just do a number line this time to save time. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I need a bigger number line. 7, 8. Now we could do like the last time where we just go 1 like that. That's fine. Or we could be jumping up by like 2. So plus 2, plus 2, plus 2, and all together that's plus 6. So there's different ways you can do the number lines. There's different ways you can visualize. Just as long as you can show me that you understand how you're getting from one part to another. Okay, so our final one here, we have a -2.2. Apparently I really like 2.2 this video, minus 5.4. So this is going to be something that's a little bit more negative. So remember, when you have a negative and you subtract a negative, it's going to be more negative. It doesn't change to positive. This is different than our previous one. So go ahead, pause the video, complete this, and give me a visual of it. So alright, do that now. Alright, so here is the solution to that with the visual representation. And I didn't really draw any other kind of picture here because it's just weird if you try to draw negative objects. Like I can't have negative boxes, I can't have negative dots, I can't have negative circles because they're real things. Now if you had money, that could be negative, but I really just like the number line here for this. But if you did do something that's a little bit different than that, if you think it's fine, you want to show it to me, or if you think you've bested me and you're like, I got a good thing, let me see it, we'll talk about it, and we'll have to redo this video and add your thing in it and give you some credit. So after you get this done, it's alright to move on to the next thing.